Back to Ukraine, and the UN is set to hold the first emergency meeting of the General Assembly in 25 years. That extraordinary move coming as Russia's invasion enters a dangerous new phase. In the streets of Kyiv, soldiers and citizens defended Ukraine's second largest city, while the capital of Kyiv prepared for a siege. Beyond the battlefield, the international community is ramping up its response. Turkey set to block the Russian Navy from entering or exiting the Black Sea, while almost the entire EU has now closed its airspace to Russian aircraft, even taking the unprecedented step of sending weapons to Ukraine, with jets potentially to follow.
Another taboo has fallen. The taboo that the European Union was not providing arms in a war. Yes, we are doing.
And Russia's exclusion from the SWIFT international finance system is beginning to bite. The Moscow Stock Exchange fell as much as 45% this morning before trading was suspended, while the majority state-owned Sberbank is on the brink of collapse.
Since Thursday, everyone has been running between ATMs to withdraw cash. Some get lucky, some don't.
In a rare display of public dissent, thousands of Russians joined the global chorus of condemnation. The Russian president increasingly isolated by the global community. But overnight, a reminder. Putin still has a terrifying trump card to play.
This afternoon, Putin has announced that he's putting Russian nuclear deterrent forces on high alert.
The Russian president has resorted today to open nuclear blackmail. The world must take this threat very seriously.
In a referendum overnight, Belarus, northern neighbour of Ukraine and key ally of Russia, voted to renounce its non-nuclear status. So is Putin's nuclear escalation a bargaining chip, or has the doomsday clock just ticked a little closer to midnight?
Kira Rudik is the leader of Ukraine's Golos party, and she joins us now from Kyiv. Kira, you've survived missile strikes and sabotage. What's the situation there this morning?
Hello, good morning. Thank you for having me here. So what we can see right now, it's 5 days and Putin has no big wins. He tried to take Ukraine with blitzkrieg and now he absolutely failed. We have and experience missile attack every single day. However, the destruction of the city is rather minimal. We are arming ourselves. We are forming the resistance crews and helping our army to disarm and control smaller groups of Russian soldiers that are coming to the city. So, all in all, things are pretty positive.
Kira, there's peace talks are now planned. President Zelensky seems sceptical that much will come of it. Do you hold any hope of a breakthrough at these peace talks?
No. So we've been at war with Russia for the last 8 years. We know the price of Putin's word. We understand that this is a technique where he tries to win some time to regroup, because the truth is that he really planned to take Ukraine over 1 or 2 days. Well, we are strengthening ourselves as well, so it's fine with us if he takes some time, especially that I anticipate that in like 2 to 3 days, situation inside the Russia itself will be very bad, because they will finally realize that the assets in the banks are frozen, that you cannot take money from the bank, that rubles can be only used to, stick them to the walls. And that's it. And like what people would do, how they would react, I think they wouldn't like it.
Kira, there's been talk of nuclear weapons. Do you think Putin would ever resort to using them?
There is a risk of it, there is no doubt, because he's crazy. But this risk is not different than it was like 2 days ago or 2 weeks ago. I'm more concerned about Belarus and him pushing Lukashenko for a full-scale war. This is where the threat of the nuclear attack is raising.
You mentioned that things are feeling more positive, but that also follows days of missile strikes, hiding in bunkers. The scenes we're seeing from Australia are absolutely terrifying. Are you scared?
I'm angry. It's not like the way of scared. I'm super, super angry. You should imagine, like a week ago, my life was completely different. Like, it was super normal. My plans were like to go somewhere on the weekend, to plant flowers on the backyard. And right now my questions are, do we have enough supplies to stand the siege? How to shoot Kalashnikov? And how to make sure that our children who now have seen the missile strikes and have seen going to the bomb shelter, how to make sure that they are not left with traumas after this.
Do you have kids yourself?
I have a stepdaughter.
And how's she processing it all?
I guess we will never know right now. It's fine. Right now it's just fine because we try to play it as like a game. But from the grown-ups perspective, it's terrifying when you have to teach your child the blood type and have to repeat it every morning. When you have to make sure that the child is always sticking to the small backpack that has all the documents and papers and money and knows like what to do and where to run. When the child knows to go down on the ground when there are sirens. So it's actually, we are trying to make it easier on them, but it's actually terrifying.
Kira, it's an invaluable perspective you provide. Thanks so much for speaking to us tonight, and of course, stay safe where you are.
Thank you. Have a good one.